When you write a book, do it like this. I don't know why I'm holding the second book. We're talking about the first book. Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Andrew. I should have already posted my spoiler-free version of this video, so if you have not checked that out, I will leave that linked up here. If you have not read the book is The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. So if you have not read this book, then I would highly suggest checking out that video. I am going to convince you, I'm hoping to convince you to read it, and if I don't, then you should check out Jay's video on why you should read The Name of the Wind. Just watch the videos, and if you're interested, read the book and come back and discuss it with me. So for those of you that have read this story, hi, hello. I have only read this first book, just to let you know, I have only read the first book. I have read the second book. I mean, I plan on reading the second book. I already bought it. There was a lot of things I was like almost about to say in the spoiler-free video, but I just don't want to take any of the experience of reading the book away from anybody. So that whole video is really more about how the book made me feel. But I want to tell you plot point wise what made me feel things. So his parents, okay, his parents. I actually knew before I read the book. Before I read the book, I knew his parents were going to be killed. I knew they were going to be killed because somebody I watched, I don't even know, someone mentioned his family's killed in the beginning, and I was like, huh. And as I was reading this book, I was like, the beginning, like it's not until I want to say after 100 pages that his parents are killed, but it didn't lessen the impact for me knowing that, because it still hurt. There's a whole conversation to be had with if you know spoilers going into a book, if it affects how you feel about the book and how you would rate the book, and like that's a whole discussion for another time. But I would say in this book, in this specific instance, me knowing that his parents were going to be killed, I still felt very emotional when they were killed, because the way Rothfuss wrote the relationship with his parents was absolutely beautiful. Like his parents' romance and the way that they just loved each other, and they were just so, like, it was just so sweet, and you just root for his parents, and you just like, they have such a good family relationship. It's just so good. And then when it's taken away by these Chandrian people, it's just so upsetting. And you just feel, I personally felt everything that Kvothe felt in this. I was like, that's so fucked up. That's so annoying. How dare you like take my parents away from me? And I feel like there are other books that have this. This is very common in a lot of fantasy, right? When the parents are offed right at the start, and the character is just forced into something. But the difference here, and what I feel sets this book apart, is that you as the reader really grow to appreciate the parents. You read about the parents, you experience the relationship with him and his parents, and he's a little bit older when things happen to his parents. So he has that time to build that connection with them, I guess. But that just makes it have all the more impact. And I just think it was so well constructed as far as the beginning of this book, the beginning, the middle, the end. I loved every second of this book. I adore this book. It's one of my favorite books ever. It's in the top 5 of this year, possibly top 5 of my life. Like, I genuinely think this is, again, I'm going to bring another book here, because a lot of people talk about, and I'm sorry if you haven't read it, but it's a pretty popular book also, but The Night Circus. It's a very common book. People discuss The Night Circus as this book that just provides them with such evocative, amazing, ethereal writing. And that was not my personal experience with The Night Circus. I enjoyed it. I'm going to have a whole review for The Night Circus at one point. I might even do it today. I don't know. We'll see. But the way people talk about The Night Circus is how I felt about The Name of the Wind. This was a story that I could see everything. I could feel everything. I just found it. The writing was, this is the type of writing that I find, I guess it's maybe like heavily metaphorical in a way, or just like, these quotes and these lines. This is what I want to read. Okay. This is what I want. When you write a book, do it like this. That's what I want. And just the way that Rothfuss paints this image of like Kvothe really coming from like a rags to riches type of situation, because the rags, like, you feel like when he is like in the dumps, like he is in the dumps, like it just feels like he is struggling, and he's struggling because like his parents are gone and his life is just shattered, and he has all, like, it's just so, like, I don't know, man. The book was so poetic and beautiful. And let's talk about Ben. Okay, Ben, I could have had a million more chapters about Ben. And I love how this book has interludes between the previous story and then the current story. Like I have nothing negative to say about this book, which is the best. It is the best. It is to me the best feeling when I have no critiques of a book. Like personally to me, this book is one of the most flawless books. And Ben, there was like, okay, I know I tabbed it. I know it's tabbed in one of these tabs here, but there's like the scene with Ben and Kvothe having, like, he's learning about how to do his magic and how to do, like, he's learning about how to do it, but there's something where he like holds these two different thoughts in his mind and he like holds on to them and he knows that I don't even have words for it. I genuinely don't even have words for like how it just feels. It felt so brilliant in a way. Oh my goodness. And the way, I should have mentioned this in my spoiler-free review, because the way that he discusses music and the lute and what music is able to like provide him just as a person. There's a really good quote at the, oh man, I loved it so much. I have to find it. I really do have to find it because there's several pages in which I have more than one tab on the page because I just love the writing of this book. And this just goes to show that like, I used to say like writing isn't whatever. Like I don't care about the writing, but when it's done like this, I really want to find that quote. I don't know. It was just this I can't find it, which is so sad, but there was this absolutely beautiful line that maybe I'll put it in a quote in the description or a quote in the comments if I eventually find it before I post this video. But it's like this line about just the description of when he hears this music and how it just makes him feel. And I personally, like, I love music. I mean, I don't know if you don't like, I'm sorry, if people who don't like music, they weird me out. I don't get it. I don't understand how you can listen. I love music. And this book just talks about, it's so poetic and beautiful and lyrical and just, I don't even know. What else can I say? Dinah, let's talk about Ben. And just, again, I think I said in my spoiler-free video is going to be longer, which is weird because like I said also though, there's so little plot. There really is so little plot. There's him having a relationship with his parents, which is absolutely beautiful. His parents get killed. He goes and lives in poverty for a little bit. Then he goes to university. Then there's really like 5 things that happen. Like honestly, he goes to university. He makes some friends at the university. Then he like goes to like do music, and he really, really enjoys doing the music. And then he meets, it is Dinah, right? He meets Dinah, and they have like a thing with the dragon that happens. And then he gets expelled from the university. It's like 6 things. Like that is like what happens in this book, which like it's a lot more pages for the plot than necessary, but I didn't even care. Like, it's so weird to me. Like, it just blows my mind how you think you are this one type of reader, but then an author can change your mind. They can make you contradict yourself, which is also a thing mentioned in here. So even though there is so little plot in the book, and I don't care, those are the things that happen. And I did like Dinah. I don't know if I didn't like love her. I thought she was fine for what she was. Like, I didn't find her annoying or flat, but I am not a female, so I'm not gonna be like, I've seen plenty of women complain that like the female characters in here are not written well. So we'll listen to them on that. And he goes to like the library and he has like a lamp, but then what's his name? See, the names, the names are, I just remember Kvothe and the Chronicler because they're like the two, like that's, and like the Chancellor and all that. And I just don't know how to put it into words, like what it was about this book. Like I don't know how to state in words why I love this so much other than I liked the writing a lot. I liked the development with his parents. I liked, not the themes, but just like the challenges that he presents to your mind and the things that he tries to like get you to contradict yourself, and the way that Kvothe goes to this university and how he's trying to get in early, and like just the intelligence of this man. Like I just feel like I think this is a very philosophical book, which is not philosophical books. Like that's what I want. Okay, I want to be thinking like, what if this or what if that? And I've heard that this one and the next one, I've heard there's so many theories. Look, I don't know, man. Something about this cover too. It's just they're just so like mysterious in a way. And like, I know we don't know. Speaking of mystery, book 3 as a release date, I don't know. But all of y'all that are upset that we don't have a book 3, I believe it took him 15 years to write this. And this came out 11 years ago. So I feel like we should all just allow him the time he needs to create the masterpiece that will be book 3. And I'm hoping that those of you who are disappointed by the second book will retroactively appreciate it more. And I think if any author can do it, it's this man. But I haven't read this yet, so I can't speak to you as a person who is one or the other. I don't know. I feel I've seen people still give this 5 stars and still say they trust Rothfuss, and I've seen people hate this and feel like there is no redemption for the third book. So once I finish this, which this was also on one of my most intimidating, this was on my 5 most intimidating books on my TBR, and this is, I'm not intimidated at all. I know it's going to take a lot of time because it's 300 more pages than this book, but you know, I will be reading these and rereading these and theorizing with people, most likely. That's what I'm going to guess. That's what I'm theorizing for myself at this point. So I can't wait. If you guys have like channels that have theory videos for these, like I'm ready, okay? I'm ready to be, what's the word? A chronicler stan, okay? King Killer Chronicles. I don't know why I'm holding the second book. We're talking about the first book. So as far as this one, as far as spoiler-filled thoughts, like I barely even said any spoilers, okay? So it's hard. This is a situation where I just don't know how to put it into words, okay? Other people have also said it a lot better than I have. Just know that I'm on the hype train, and I really hope that it continues. I'm going to try to find that quote just to be able to put it in the comments because it was so beautiful, and I really hope I can find it. But that's really all I'm going to say on this one. So if you have read it, I'm sure you read it if you watched the whole video. So I would love to know your thoughts, and anything that you want to let me know, just keep it to book 1 for me, please. I will also have my Instagram and Goodreads, Twitter, all that will be in the description. And then I would love it if you subscribe, follow me on Instagram, all that below. Have a good day. Bye.